Sonya, you said that your mother and you had a relationship that was not really a relationship until you turned 32. Now, what type of relationship do you and your mother have?
I respect my mother and I love her deeply. It wasn't that we had a relationship when I turned 32. That's the first time we ever did anything together when I turned 32. I don't think my mother ever told me she loved me until, that I remember, until I was 37. So I absolutely adore my mother. She comes down, she came out for the movie pilot. She supports what I do pretty much, but there's not that strong bond that, like I think I have with my kids. It does start at home. You know, you raise your kids and you want them to feel the love and know they're loved, so that when they go out, they know how to show love. I've never even knew how to accept love. When I have a couple of people here who just tried to embrace me when I moved here, and I will kick you and push you away with 2 hands and 2 feet if you show me too much love, because I didn't know what to do with that. So, but we're okay.
Sonya, can you describe for us 2 things that were very important to you with your relationship with your children?
To show them lots of love. I give my kids lots of attention. When they do wrong, they know they do wrong. There's a consequence. I never had consequences growing up. So my kids know there are consequences for the things they do. So love is number 1. And my daughter to get microphone, she's like, no. That's the first thing. Second thing is they have to know they can always come talk to me. Always can come talk to me. I don't care what they've done wrong, what they've done right. They have to know they can come talk to me. Because if you try to hide it from me and I find out later, there are more consequences. So just lots of love and communication.
Is your dad in your life?
Yes, my dad, him and my mom divorced when I was 5. And I did grow up a daddy's girl, but even though they were in 2 separate places, the relationship with my father is a whole different story. It's in book 2. And my father he gave me the love. I got kicked out of school my junior year. I put a teacher in the hospital, so I got kicked out of school where I lived, and I had to go stay with my father, and it was probably the worst experience of my life, having to live with his wife. But my father was probably more embarrassed than my mother was of me. So every time I did something wrong, he would call all the family members and say things like I was on crack. Like when I gave up my child for adoption, it was because I was on crack, and I've never done a drug in my life. Just different things. But I love my dad. I love my dad.
Explain, because in the pilot, it shares where you had spoken with 6 different people, whether they were family members, I'm not sure what that was. But explain what that felt like to go from person to person and ask them, and to be turned down at probably one of your greatest points of need. What was that like?
The first 2 people I called, it was very hard because they were the 2 people who were always there for me. I mean, every time I mess up, I call one of them and the door's open. Whatever you need, Sonya, whatever you need. I honestly don't think I expressed enough, thinking of it now, back then, what dire need I had. They knew I was here. They knew in Houston. They knew I was staying with somebody, but I don't think they really grasped that I'm in the hospital. They're inducing labor. I have nowhere to go. I have nobody here. I don't have a dime in my pocket, no house, no car. I don't even know where my daughter is right now. I don't know who has her. I don't think they were really grasping all that. That was the first 2. After that, I was pretty numb, I think. And the last call, I think I had it a little bit out of order, but the last call I made was to my mother, and to tell me I wasn't a good mother. I agreed. I agreed. And to tell me to give that child a chance, what else am I going to do? Now I'm in the hospital with nowhere to go. I have to give this child a chance and have to pray that my little one has a chance with me. So the first 2 calls were very hard. I think I cried a lot, but after that I was just totally numb. Probably what I expected from the last 4.